Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to the blank.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley,
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him on me, Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. We are live to tape after a 2-week hiatus, but you didn't know that because we were on your radio airwaves last week if you typed in P3 Radio, all one word, on Apple Podcasts, or however you listen to us. But we're back. We're live. We didn't talk about people dying, children hurt, and hear them crying last week because we missed the week. We pre-recorded everything. So we're back. We're live. I'm Richard Mullican, and I'm joined by my co-host, the man that has heard all the tales that he's going to hear about hunting and fishing and two-legged deer. He's the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend, Josh Brawley. Say hey, Josh.
Well, Richard Lee, I'm already hey. I'm Josh Brawley, bitch, and I got 2 legs, and I'm a deer. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Episode 245, Josh.
What was the deal about children dying? And
I don't. Usually, when we take a week off.
Were you reciting the Man in the Mirror lyrics from
No.
Michael Jackson?
No, you don't know it. All right, let me see how long it takes. See how long it takes you to figure out what song that came from. Children hurt, children crying. No, wait. Maybe I got it wrong. People killing, people dying. Children hurt, hear them crying. When you practice what you preach, then you'll turn the other cheek, Josh. Do you know?
I know those lyrics, but it's
Come on,
not
take a guess. 3 guesses. 3 guesses. Bet you a kiss you can't get it.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it at all.
Well, if you get it wrong, you get a kiss.
Well, damn, I don't want to participate.
You get it right, I'll give you a kiss. You get it wrong, you give me a kiss.
What is that called in the court system? I'm taking an offered plea. I'm not admitting guilt.
You don't want that.
I'm not admitting guilt, but
the plea deal's worse than the kiss.
Oh shit!
No, take a guess. 3 guesses.
God damn!
got
I forgot
3.
what you just fucking said to me.
So it is people killing, people dying, children
Hurting,
hurt.
hear them cry.
Crying. When you practice what you preach, then you'll turn the other cheek.
God damn! I hear it, but
Father, I'll give you some more. Father.
People think is that Stevie Wonder?
That's
Who
one.
are they to judge
So no.
us?
You're
Just
getting
because
kissed, my
our
friend.
hair is long.
You got one guess down.
Got to find a way.
Nope.
I'm loving you today. I'm
Who's
still
that?
singing the same
Okay.
song.
It sounds like you're
If
doing Michael
you can
McDonald.
guess who's singing that song,
It sounds like Michael McDonald.
I won't fuck you. Well, no, damn.
Well,
Damn.
Michael Bolton, Elton John, and Eminem. I'll
I'm
pull
not
my
even gonna
pants
do
down,
it.
get at it.
I'm not even going to do it no way. Boy, we made it weird there. You had a fucking
just
sales pitch in the front of it.
I just feel like ex-girlfriends might be listening going, I knew it.
What song was that? God damn.
You got 2 more guesses.
I don't give a shit at this
Well,
point.
I want you to guess.
All right. Let's see. No effects.
Nope, I want real guesses. You gonna win this kiss outright.
Was it Clint Black?
Could you imagine Clint Black singing that song?
Fucking Marvin Gaye?
Hold on, Clint Black singing that song. How would that go? What was
Feeling
it?
hurting, feeling crying. My annoying ass boy
Children hurt, hear them crying.
trying to kill a bad man. I hate Clint Black.
Yeah,
I hate him.
he sounded like a deeper voiced Kermit the Frog.
He was like what they want, like what they tried to promote Clint Black to be is what Kenny Chesney became. Like, eventually.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Kenny Chesney's one of those guys, like, I only like probably 3-4 songs.
Yeah.
That's it. But he's overbearing. Like, they play the fuck out of Clint Black songs back in the day. And even now, on the older country, prime country or whatever, whenever they turn Clint Black on, which is often, I'm done. Fuck Clint Black.
Although Kenny Chesney has one of the best misheard lyrics ever. And it was something that we figured out.
Knowing you breathe on 1,000 feet. He was like, he got fucked by 1,000 feet in reality.
No. You've heard this song, right?
I've been with my wife on a lot of car rides, probably.
You've heard this one? I didn't know it was this long of a build-up, so here we go.
Had $100 ring in my hand.
You've heard this one?
So weak and tired, I could barely stand.
It's not ringing a bell.
Hold on.
My life hung on.
Okay, so here's the chorus coming up.
Then she smiled at me, and I lost it.
All right.
I've heard that
So
on the
you've heard
radio
this.
before.
So I don't want you to look at the lyrics because it's been said that when you look at lyrics to the song, no matter what it says, you will hear that lyric. You don't believe me, do you?
I'm not going to look at them, so don't.
All right, don't look at it. And just imagine this man has a really fond love of the big cat known as a cheetah.
Cheetah.
Yeah. And he's just writing a song about
Cheetah King.
like he wants to fuck this cheetah. I want you to imagine that while you're listening to this.
Okay.
And this is the best misheard lyric ever.
No one can make me cry, make me laugh, make me smile, or drive me mad like cheetah. It's like
Cheetahs.
Yeah.
Cheetahs.
That's my favorite misheard lyric.
Cheetahs.
You want to hear it again just so it's... Totally ruined that song for me when I heard that.
Cheetahs.
You've done that before, right? You've heard a song one way and you're like, okay, well that's totally ruined this whole song for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did it for me. Anyways, you got 2 guesses. Quit stalling, motherfucker.
Well, I guess.
People killing, people dying, children hurt, hear them crying. When you practice what you preach, then you'll turn the other cheek. Here, I'll
Hank
give you some more.
Williams Jr.?
No. Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. Because people got me questioning.
Questioning what? You can't remember the rest of the
Where
lyrics.
is the love?
Hanson.
No. Although they did have the Where's the love?
Okay.
We gotta know.
I've done guessed like 24
You've guessed
things.
2. We got one more.
I guess
Now-
Stevie Wonder, Clint Black.
This is a trio
Hanson.
band. That means there's 3 of them. Trio band. Well, band is a loose term there. I don't know who plays the...
Los Lobos.
No.
Okay,
Was Los
there's my
Lobos a
3.
trio band?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What songs did they sing?
La Bamba.
I just remember La Bamba. Did they have another hit?
Yep.
Macarena.
Nope.
No, that was Los Lonely Boys. No, that was somebody else. Who was Macarena?
Yeah. How far is it? I hate
Why
that.
did you make that sound like Bob Dylan? How far is heaven?
That's same shit to me.
Bob Dylan is the same as Los Lonely Boys?
Yep. Hate them both.
Okay. I thought you meant they sounded the same to you. I was like, that's totally not right.
Nope. Same group though.
They're not the same group.
They're in my hat. They're in my hate.
They're in the
basket.
same category.
Yeah.
Not the same group.
No,
ladies
they're-
and gentlemen, Bob Dylan and Los Lonely Boys.
No, they're-
How far is heaven?
They're in my hate. They're in my hate group. Or back, get like super retro CZW. They're in the hate club. Ooh. Like, and it's a H and an 8 club.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I hate them.
Well,
How do
he
you
was
like
a
that early
hater boy.
2000 shit?
he was a hater boy. He said,
See you later,
boy.
He wasn't good.
That was the douchiest thing I remember about that time of, in my life, was when that song came out.
A stupid Canadian woman trying to tell you that she got her heart broken.
I just hate it when songs like try to give you that life lesson. I mean, well, hell, who am I talking to? We tore apart Teddy Bear. But
we made that man into a lot of shit that he wasn't probably.
well,
I
we'll
don't know.
see.
I don't know.
I mean, let's just say, did we deep search his house for things?
No, we did not.
No, they probably just threw everything away.
You need to check that truck after he dies.
They were like, they probably cleaned out his attic, and they're like, let's just burn it and remember him for the man
Lord
he was.
God.
Let's remember him for the man we thought he was instead of the man he was.
We gotta burn this whole motherfucker down.
His children are crying. When you practice what you preach.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, his children probably were crying, like when he was around.
Jesus, that's
They were joyous when he left.
That is
I don't know.
inflammatory, sir.
Yeah, he's not here anymore, so he can't sue me for defamation.
Let me give you another hint as to what song that was.
Look, motherfucker, I guessed 3 times. I
Boom,
don't know what
boom,
else.
boom, 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 boom.
Let me hear you say, "Will, will."
Let me think of another song they did. Somebody out there knows.
POD.
No. Boom, boom. I think you're on the wrong track. Think more pop. Think more. You remember
Barbra Streisand.
You remember the person that sang, "How come every time you come around, my London Bridge want to go down?"
Oh, Fergie.
Okay, now what band was she in?
The Black Eyed Peas.
So it was the Black Eyed Peas.
She was on Kids Incorporated, wasn't she?
I don't know. Was that a show? I don't remember that show.
I love it.
I remember Mickey Mouse Club that I never saw because I didn't want to, I didn't have cable, let alone a paid Disney Channel that come separate from cable. That's what a lot of kids don't understand now. We didn't have the Disney Channel.
I
growing
did.
up. You fucking Kane had money back then. Well, you had a black box.
No, not back then. I didn't. My mom, she was just like, hey, Disney Channel is what he wants to watch, so I'll pay for it.
Watch. How'd you put an R in watch?
That's the way she talks.
Watch.
Watch.
How much was Disney Channel back then?
Probably like
$50
$5 extra at that point.
Nowadays, cable.
That was back when you had to drive like fucking 50 miles to pay your cable bill.
Yeah, there was, or mail it in if you wanted. But
No,
it could get
she's
lost.
driving out there because she wants to know that motherfucker's paid.
Right. My mom still does that with certain bills.
I'm driving to the office and I'm gonna pay him.
Her electric bill, she will still drive out there and write a fucking check. I was like, why don't you fucking pay in pennies? Like, see how that goes.
I want to have a record of where I paid. You do with a fucking app.
Have you ever? No, I don't want my shit on the internet. She don't say shit on that. I don't know why I made her into like a Waffle House waitress. I don't want my shit on the internet, Jerry. Take it down.
She don't talk like that.
She don't talk like that. She did when she was younger. I remember as a young child, my mom cursed like a sailor. Like,
smoke cigarettes in the
she
house.
did. She smoked cigarettes in the house. And I remember as a young child, I want to say I was probably like 9. She told me I'd fuck up a wet dream. That's the woman my child calls me Ma.
Yeah, she's a totally different
different person. She'd never think about telling my daughter she'd fuck up a wet dream.
Probably slap you if she found out you did.
I was probably 10. You know what I mean? But,
she was younger back then, man.
Well, you lose sight of how young, like, your parents were. Like, they didn't have any shit figured out. They're doing the same thing you're doing when you were that young. Like, she was 22 and had a kid. 20 fucking 2.
Yeah, that's how old my mom was.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like,
I was a
damn.
lot younger than that.
Like, I was 21 and I got married.
I mean, I didn't have a kid. I made them.
I mean, you were a lot younger when your mom had a kid at 22. You were the kid, Joshua. Mm-hmm. No, I look at that and go, man, how did she survive? Because I was freaking out. I had a job. My wife had a job. We were stable. And I was like, oh, how are we going to pay for this kid? was like,
I was a fucking teenager out there impregnating motherfuckers.
motherfuckers? Or, well,
I mean,
just,
I don't know what you did.
You were the motherfucker.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I was trying
one.
to fuck mothers and their daughters.
You think you have a kid somewhere else?
I mean, you never know. I hope not. It'll be a surprise one day, won't it? Hey, look what I've been hiding.
Yeah.
Hadn't talked to you in a long time.
He's 15 now. I knew it was yours because the small dick on him.
Yeah. How would that even work?
I don't know. How does it work? That would be
Wouldn't that be
embarrassing.
nature's cruelest joke? My dad's got a fucking rhino dick.
Right.
And then I have like a fucking micro
It's
penis.
like the thinner curse. It's like, your kids will be cursed with the dick of an Irishman.
Oh, shit.
Have you ever seen the dick of an Irish and an Asian man? Curse! A pox on your houses, Ray J. You can't ever hear a gypsy woman
He's like,
say
I don't
Ray
believe that
J.
shit.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe that
And he
shit.
whips her with it. That's why she cursed him. That's why she cursed you. It's because he accidentally
Whooped her with that dick.
Yeah. He was just trying to get the slack out the hose.
Hell, I'm just trying to take a piss. Get the fuck out of my yard.
When the moon doth shine and the crow croaks 3 times.
That dick will no longer be my... Or however.
Yeah. However she did it. I mean, you're the one with... You ended up with the curse.
I don't know, man.
The small dick in the mole. I don't know what it is about them Briley boys.
Look, I'm just saying, like I told that story about the wide mouth Gatorade bottle back when
Yeah.
I was like 12.
Yeah.
Use your own imagination.
I mean, even though it's a wide mouth Gatorade bottle.
Oh, it could be. I mean, yeah. I've heard of people like with nicknames Tuna Can.
I mean, I was gonna say a wide mouth Gatorade bottle. Tuna Can.
Yeah.
Who did you know named
There was
Tuna
a
Can?
there was a, I'm not going to say his name, but there was
Well,
a
that's off character for you.
There-
There's a
I'm
guy
not-
named Jerry Anderson. He
No.
worked with me.
No, he's still alive. I'm not going to say his name, but a friend of mine. That's what the woman that I was with at the time and her friend and everybody called him Tuna Can because his cock was like a tuna can.
Turned which way?
It was really big around, but it was about as thick as a tuna can.
Oh man.
Oh, I got some jollies off of that. Like, bless his heart.
Was you jerking thinking about it or?
No, it was just like every time they'd say
Oh. Oh man. Tuna Can.
tuna can.
But I'm going to be honest with you. The wide mouth Gatorade bottles still aren't that big.
Okay.
It's about an average size.
Well, try to get me hot. I'll show it to you. Like, what do you want me to do?
Somebody bring us a Gatorade bottle. I bet you there's
I'll just
space
whip it out right here on the counter, and you go, oh, okay.
on the counter.
On to the next question, or the
Your thighs
whatever.
are going to be touching the table if you whip it out on the I mean, let's not kid ourselves.
You never know.
Whip it out on the table. Jesus. That is something funny. You hear these people like I watched Jackass 3 the other day.
I've dick slapped a woman, Richard. Have you?
Whose dick was you using?
Mine. And then, literally, whenever I whopped her in the forehead with it, her eye, like it was like I fucking flicked her with my hand, like I almost popped her in the forehead with my hand.
She
Her-
went cross-eyed.
her eyes went like, and then she looked up and she's like, "Did you just dick slap me?" I said, "I did." Hand to God, that happened.
How did you sneak up on this sad woman?
She wasn't sad.
and smack her in the head with She had to see it coming when you straddled her face.
We were wrestling around. And like, you know how it is.
No, I don't know how it is. I wrestled for 12 years and never slapped someone with my dick.
You never get hard.
Yeah, no.
You
feel
never
like
have
that's
no intergender
I
match.
feel like that's a faux pas.
Was that?
No, I'll be honest with you. Every time I was in the ring with a female, most of the times I hated said female. And it wasn't like a misogynistic thing. I was only in the ring with like maybe 2 or 3 girls. Not all every time I hated them. No, that's my. There's like 2 of them that. Well, one
I
of
was
them.
just trying to make a joke, and you're like,
No. Oh, you touched on something real. There was one that I was in the ring with a lot, and I hated her. And I didn't hate her because she was a female in wrestling. No.
you had her because she was Asian.
I think she was, but that wasn't what I hated.
Well, damn, I was just joking.
No, I hated her because she used to show up and use people and like flirt with them. Like it didn't work on me.
Oh, you mean like she was really carny?
No. Well, she came here from the West Coast, and she got here by dating a guy. And then she got through wrestling school, and then they broke up. And then, she still needed to come to training for wrestling school, so she starts flirting with a guy that she's out of his league, but he likes her. So, but she needs a ride. Oh, but I don't.
She got her a sugar daddy.
I don't want to set up the ring, so I was riding with this person, and it worked all the way up until. Said person got a developmental deal because she was quote unquote. I don't know if this was true or not, but she was flirting with the right person. He might have had a pointy hat on for most of his career, and the moment she broke it off with him, guess who don't have a developmental contract anymore? But she used people all the time, and she was just a terrible person. Like. Everything I saw, and then she made the news later. Her and her husband got her husband fired from WWE. Yeah,
he's got another job.
Yeah, he did.
Same place she's working.
Liked her husband. He was a good talent, but I felt bad for him because
isn't he rich now?
I don't know,
or is he still poor?
He's not a
He's
duckling.
still poor?
No, I don't know. I don't know if he's rich or poor. I don't know anything.
He's probably
about,
rich.
Like whenever she left this area, I was just like, thank God, because. I saw her like she just tried to manipulate people because, like, let's be honest, the women that were in wrestling around here looked like most of them looked like a foot. They had some kind of. I saw an advertisement the other day.
Looked like me with my shirt off, like a pot belly, like a mother.
For custom matches, and if you don't know what custom matches are, they're the closest thing you get to porn and wrestling without porn.
Oh yeah,
and all the girls.
I've seen one of the most popular women wrestlers right now going today.
Yeah.
I seen her coochie on one of those private matches.
This isn't that. The advertisement, all of them look like they stopped getting their period a long time ago, or B
because of nature.
Or B, yes, because of nature. Because, it's time for that to quit. Or B, they could tell you how much meth goes for. And I was like, who's buying this?
Who the fuck?
Trailer Wars 2000. I was like, why is it 2000? It's 2020. We don't know math. Fuck you. You want to buy
know
one?
meth, not math.
You want a VHS or not, motherfucker? Anyways, I didn't mean to take that detour, but
I
yeah.
think you did.
No, I have hinted. I won't.
You
say
might
her
get
name.
sued.
I won't say. I was there when they gave her that name too, and that name came from Rush Hour, the little Asian girl's name. Oh, God bless Corey Macklin. He was.
I think your name is Sue.
It's terrible.
Why, Corey?
It's terrible.
She reminded me of a woman I watched a movie about. That's not good, Corey.
I just knew when we showed up to Memphis and he was booking, we were fucked. Because I don't know what he just did not like us. But if we showed up to Memphis and King was booking, like, we were golden that day. That's why if you watch Memphis Wrestling when we were on it, it was like 1 week we're like running through people, the next week we're jobbing out. King didn't show up every week.
You listen to like Tattoo or something.
No, Tattoo would have been an upgrade. We lost to some like.
I'm saying that because he's a micro version of what you are stature wise.
I remember they changed.
It's not a knock.
No.
I like watching Tattoo.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's different size classes and stuff like that. I remember there was one time we were working Too Cool 2, and they changed our names because they didn't want genocide on CW30. So they changed our names, and somehow our names became the Hurricanes. I don't know why. And they were, I think
Katrina's big right now. Call them the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
That's not good, Corey.
Let's not do genocide. Let's do the natural disaster that killed a lot of people in New Orleans.
A natural genocide.
Anyways, I knew what they were going for, like natural disasters or
Yeah.
whatever. But like, I remember Brian was in the back, and they were like talking about how Too Cool 2 was just going to squash the Hurricanes, and we were about ready to go out, and Brian's like, "All right, where's the Hurricanes at?" And me and Miles were like, "Well, that's us." And he's like, "Fuck, you guys are the Hurricanes? Who gave you all that shitty name? I thought you were a small team." And he's like, "Oh, well, this is what we got to do." Like, kudos to Brian, because he liked us. He was like, we've got to fix this. He's like, when y'all go out, they're going to jump you from behind, like where you never had a chance. I was like, okay. So that's what they did. They posted us and everything, and that way the beatdown didn't look so bad. Brian was looking out for us. But if Brian not been there, like, you go out there and I want you to just get hit with their move and just lay down. It's like, Jesus.
1, 2, 3, go to the back, get your check.
Anyways, that's enough wrestling talk, I feel. You know?
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. Where were we? Black Eyed Peas. Me and my wife just got back from a vacation. Well, not
another
a vacation,
one,
not a vacation, a weekend getaway with no kids.
What's that? What's that guy? And another one.
No, what's that guy? 3 guesses, Josh. Go ahead.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah, I thought you could say the Great Khali.
The Great Khali.
No, motherfucker, you take more weekend trips than we do. We take like maybe every like quarter.
Look,
we'll take a vacation.
Where I go and diddle my dick around, and then I leave.
Yeah,
and then I leave the same day. You go and spend like a weekend. You know.
I'll be honest, I ain't going to those podunk towns. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, yeah. You're going somewhere where there's a coast and a fucking Hilton.
No, we went. Well, Hilton, yes, but not a coast. Not every time. Sometimes it can be a river or a lake.
Better be a goddamn Hilton, though.
Yeah, and Embassy Suites, especially.
They're owned by Hilton.
Yeah, they are. That was the place that I told you.
Same.
Did the timeshare speech and stuff.
Kind of like how Austria don't get the heat for being Nazis.
Jesus.
Same shit.
This spun out of control big time.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a part of it. But it's like, Germany, they're all bad. What about Austria? Motherfuckers.
Anyways, me and my wife just got back. We went to Louisville.
So you're not on the fuck Nazis deal?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Did you just like...
I'm just joking.
I was like, did you
my God.
just put words? Did you put words in my fucking mouth?
But you're just like, okay, I don't know. I don't get the correlation.
Well, no, I was trying.
I do.
I was trying to tell you about a nice weekend getaway with my wife, and you're like, what about the Nazis?
You just opening up your wallet's all you doing. Look at here, this black card I got. Ain't no limit on that one, Joshua.
I actually do have it's not a credit
I
card.
bet you do.
It's not a credit card, but it's a debit card.
Ain't no limits on it.
I remember seeing somebody, and I was like,
I'm buy a house for this.
They were like, why is
boy.
your card black? Mine's green. And I was like,
because I'm not a poor.
I don't know. I was like, that's the card they gave me. And my wife told me, she was like, no, you have to have a certain amount of money in the bank to get a black one. I was like, well, motherfucker, here I'm making people feel bad. They're going, I want one of them black cards. And the teller just looks at their account. I was like, in fact, we shouldn't have given you a green one.
Here, take this see-through one.
Right. Here's one written out on notebook paper. It'll be fine. It's gonna get declined a lot, but you're used to that.
Here, this is this easy touch card.
Yeah.
Like it won't even let you overdraw. It's fucking great.
They give you one of those prepaid cards.
It's a kid version of a card. They do have those student accounts or whatever.
Yeah.
The ones that will not let you overdraft and shit like that.
It's basically like a Walmart credit. It's like not a credit card, but like a Walmart gift card. the parent puts the money on there, but it's like real money.
Well, no, I mean, like, they have these student accounts or whatever. It's like a promotional deal. They try to draw people that are over 18 but are still students or whatever.
Oh, no. Like, when I was, like, 17, my mom walked me down. She didn't walk me down in a car. She drove me down to the bank, and
We took Old Blue out there.
We got a student checking account when I got my first job. So, why don't you go Jake the Snake?
Where'd that fucking thing go?
You want this?
Oh, yeah. That'll work.
Yeah. Anyways, she took me down to the bank, and we got a student checking account. So, I mean, they're there for, like, people that, you know, are younger, and you could start one and all that.
You got a cup in here, dude.
There's one in the floor back there. I think.
Oh, good. Love them floor cups.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
We desanitized this room 8 months ago.
I cleaned up when I built the table.
Guaranteed to be okay.
I cleaned up when I built the table. Quit being a bitch. Anyways,
You cut boards in this motherfucker.
you're gonna well, like salt. You too good for sawdust, motherfucker. No.
Shit. I wrestled on sawdust floors, motherfucker.
Yeah, like I've shit in here. I ain't shitting in here. Jizzed on the floor a few times, but I ain't shit nowhere.
This is where I get my private time.
Anyways, me and the wife.
Is this going to be a fun show?
It is. Are you
sure?
Well, we're halfway through. God, I hope it's a fun show.
I feel like I've just been fucking off the whole time. That's not good.
No, that's. I feel like that's what people want to hear.
Are you sure?
When you structure it too much, it just gets weird. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, Josh, you want to laugh about this one thing? Wasn't that funny? Great. All right. Buy a shirt, fuckers. Here's here's
so
2 dozen
clear.
roses by Shenandoah for no reason.
Just so we're clear, please
I bought
buy
your
a fucking
flowers
shirt.
last night. No.
Please buy a fucking shirt. It
If
will
I
help.
had 2 dozen roses. We're back on P3 Radio. Oh, trust me, we're going to do the same format in a few minutes when we go to sell the shirts.
A song about boobs.
Right? It's a format we've kind of hit, and we're sticking with it. But anyways,
Might as well.
me and my
That
wife,
heart on their video looks like boobs.
me and my wife went on a weekend getaway without the kid for our anniversary. We've been married 17 years now. 17 years.
I'm sorry.
But and this is what, and I saw a post Miles made a minute ago about this young girl in the store. Hold no, just wait. He said there was this young girl at Walmart was like pointing out how big he was. Like, look at that big man over there. He's a big guy, you know. And I told him, I was like, dude, happened to me in Louisville last week. Like, apparently Louisville is used to like 10 foot tall. Fucking A, I can't talk. 5'10", 150-pound motherfuckers. Because there were 5 people that looked at my wife like, good Lord, you got a big man right here. You know, like, I guess they could have been assholes and talking about my weight, but I think, you know, most of them were looking up at me and stuff.
He'll be using one of them damn stair rascals in no time.
we're going to have to put him on the bottom floor. He'll fall right through any other ones. No,
Make sure he don't sit all the way down on that toilet up there.
There were at least 5 people that pointed out, like, and you know, you forget that, like, I'm 6'3", you know, 6'2", 6'3", depending on the day and depending on the weather. I shrivel up when it gets cold.
On the person, you know, spitting the stats.
But I'm like 6'3", 300 pounds. I'm a large guy. You know what I mean?
I mean,
you don't think about it because you're not. I mean, what? You're 6 foot tall.
I'm maybe like 5'10" and a half with no shoes on. How much are you with no shoes?
Like 6'1" and a half, maybe.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm 6 foot with shoes.
So I'm like 6'2", 6'3". When I was in high school, I measured out at 6'3". I don't really measure myself after then, you know, because why are you trying to see how tall? Like, I've got one dark ass mark on the door frame because, yep, still 6'3". No, you don't measure yourself when you reach a certain age. So, anyways.
Well, I did, and I did it without shoes.
Come in here, Heather. Measure me.
No, it was my mom at my mom's house. And she was like,
How
"Come here,
old were
Ronnie."
you? How old were you? Pull out your dick. Let's see how tall he is.
No, we were doing height. Not like,
No, I was saying he was measuring your height with his dick.
oh yeah. He's about to the top of the foreskin now, Freddie. He's grown a lot.
Well, you got a lot of that, shafts on the ground though, Ronnie. Shut up,
Damn, I didn't even feel it.
I'm trying to make the boy feel better about himself. No.
No,
How old were you when you measured yourself?
Probably like 10 years ago.
That's a little
Dude,
too old.
Dude, my dad,
You'd be 29.
he had a fucking tape measure on the kitchen table, and we were having a good time at the house or whatever, and it was like we started talking about height.
Hold
or
on.
whatever.
He had a tape measure at the house, and you put that close to your face. That damn thing has definitely been near his dick.
No.
It's been on his dick.
No, I promise you, he was fucking doing something for my mom in the house. It was like,
Yeah,
"Ronnie."
measuring his dick. That's what he was doing for your mom. Look, Frida, I can make it dance.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. At that point, they've been together since the 70s.
She's seen it. She's tired of
She
it.
already knows. She got the joke back in like 1979, dude,
Right.
before I was ever born.
She's done with it now.
She had heard it was the Bemis joke.
Like most women that have been together that long, she's probably just tired of it
It's
by now.
just regular.
It's an
at this
albatross,
point.
really. It's all there. It's
It's
in the
like
way.
for other people, it might be something.
Yeah.
But it's fucking just a Tuesday afternoon to my mama. Okay, so
How you
she
made it
don't give a
sound
fuck.
So sad.
No, it's regular now.
Apparently Tuesday afternoon
Dude.
is fuck time for old Ray J.
No, I'm saying there's
it's Tuesday afternoon. Get in there and get on the bed.
look, man. There's
I get it. I know
there's
what you're
certain
saying.
women I used to have just crazy sex with. Like, oh damn, this is the
Did
greatest.
they know?
Yes. Like,
How crazy of sex are we talking, Josh?
whenever I leave, I'm thinking, damn, this is the best shit that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, and she's
And then
calling another guy.
whenever you've been with her for a few months, it's like, well, damn, it's just a Wednesday after work.
So you are liking it to the story McFoley told in his book where the soldier was overseas in a war-torn country and they are fighting, and he comes up on this child that has been burned and killed by this bomb, and
I don't remember that.
he
in the
sits
big
there.
movie.
I'm finishing the story, motherfucker. Hold on. And he sits there for hours and just cries and cries and cries, and he gets up and keeps walking, and he sees another little area where there's two children, and he stops and he cries and he cries and he cries. He gets down to another village, and there's 5 or 6 kids there, and he's weeping for a little bit, and it gets to the point where he passes a town full of children that are burned, and he barely even stops, and a tear barely even is shed. You just get used to it.
That's what it is, man.
So just like that war-torn village, that woman gets
I was a
torn.
person.
That woman gets PTSD from your dick.
Yeah. It's like, damn, there's only so many ways I can bend my leg. There's only so many ways I'm going to let you bend me.
Yeah.
We talked about it a few shows
Oh, yeah,
ago.
there's rules. When you've worked with somebody for
Well-
a long time, there's rules.
We talked about it. I think it was the last show. Maybe we did. It was, my leg hurts, and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's for real. Like, there's just
Right.
After so long, and
Not to
you-
divulge too much here, but one of the famous lines, she'd kill me if she knew I said this. One of the famous lines are, it's like, hey, we got some time, the kid's away. What do you say we do some stuff tonight? We'll do some stuff, but I ain't in for like a marathon or anything. And you're like, fuck, we're already putting limits on this?
Does that not box you in?
Yes.
immediately.
It's like, okay, well, we'll just do missionary for 15 minutes and go to bed.
Here,
Well,
we'll
I'm
look each other in
tired.
the eyes.
Oh,
and-
fuck that.
Well, I'll fucking spurt in like 2 minutes if that's the case.
I don't like eye contact.
I'm gonna be nervous because I can see in your eyes you don't want to be doing it.
Like she's huffing and puffing and looking at her watch. You got 5 minutes, fucker.
Dude, there was this one chick that I was with, and it was like I could tell. You know how like you can tell it's taking too long. It's like it kind of dries up, and it's just like you start getting that dick rash.
She's like, hurry up, I got to be at work in 2
No,
hours.
dude.
Start
you know-
getting that dick rash.
No, listen. You know how like fuller figure women, they're kind of like their cardio ain't shit.
I feel like I know who you're talking about right off the bat.
Okay,
Yeah.
their cardio ain't shit
You're right.
already.
Yeah.
And once you pump a big bitch for like 20 minutes,
I just want to see that on a shirt. I'm pump a big bitch.
pump a big bitch for 20 minutes to see what happens.
I'm going to tell a scam caller next week, my name is Pump a Big Bitch. I am Pump a Big Bitch. Why you scam me?
Once you pump a big bitch for like 20 minutes,
Right.
like look, especially if you're in missionary,
Right.
Look down. Them cheeks will be fucking Raggedy Ann and Andy red as a motherfucker.
How bright is the area you're fucking in?
Dude, I like to have all lights. I want to see, everything.
I'm more of the.
I want to see everything.
I'm more of in the cloak of. I'm like a Batman fucker.
Well, I gotta see everything that way. I
know which area you're getting it in.
well, no,
You're very-
it's like a porno.
Yeah.
I want to see it all, and I want to be in control.
Got a lighting crew
of
in
seeing
there.
it all,
Put the boom mic next to your hooch. I want to hear what it sounds
I'm
like.
sorry. Like, do you fucking know closet?
No, but I don't get a sunburn from the lights when I fuck.
Well, we all like her.
I guess so.
I want to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but nothing will throw you off quicker.
There was
than
this one woman that I. There was this one. Seriously, hand to God. There was this one that. I'll just put it like this. I've divorced her before.
Yeah. Off again, on again, divorce.
She literally wanted to fuck with the lights off. Like if I insisted on the lights being on because I could see everything and get into it and all that.
She give you a flashlight.
Well, no, like she would just make a big deal about it. Like after, we were together for years at that point or whatever.
Yeah.
But like it was, I don't know. It was just something. I don't know, man. It was like after a certain age, she just got to where she was like, oh, I don't know if it was like a self-confidence thing or whatever. But
I'm sure that's what it is.
She got to where she was like, no, we got to all the lights off, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, whatever,
right.
like whatever we
Can
got
I
to
turn
do.
on this strobe light?
But, it was just, I don't know, man. I forget what we were talking
No,
about.
I don't get the whole doing it with the lights on thing.
So you can see it all. It's like it's a live movie. It's like VR, but you're there. Imagine that shit. You're really fucking a woman.
I mean, I feel like I know what it looks like enough to where I don't have to see it every 5 seconds. I mean, I guess different strokes for different folks, but
I know,
I've never wanted
I like to throw new Holt in there
I've never known-
every once in a while, Richard Lee.
I wanna see
And I
what
like
I'm
to see
doing.
how that new Holt works. Let me throw an arm bar on you, bitch. See how
is it really going to look different going in at a different angle? Like because y'all were together for a while by then.
No, but I mean, even now, it's like it's the face. It's,
Well, wait, hold on. I feel like if your current wife ever hears that, that's
Hey,
going to sound
hey,
bad.
hey.
Even now, like it's going to sound like you're still banging the other one.
no, that's not what I'm saying.
It's a joke, Josh.
I know, but
when you like even
on.
now when I'm doing it, it's just like no, you shouldn't be saying. I was like, I'm clarifying.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm trying to
I'm
help
just
you
saying,
out.
I'm not in any way, shape, or form I would ever do that ever,
No, I know you would.
never.
Yeah, I know that.
But
That's why it was a joke. Got all serious for a bit. Fuck you, motherfucker! I
no,
wouldn't do
seriously,
that.
I wouldn't.
No, I know. Fuck, I hope you wouldn't. I feel like I know you well enough that you wouldn't. Why would you do that? Why don't you just stick your dick right into hell?
I'd probably be better off.
I can take this match right here and burn it if you want. Lose all sensation.
It probably is burning by now.
Who's your dick?
I guarantee you, it would be
Oh.
if I went that route.
There for a while, it was a succubus thing. Like, I thought you would get away and then you wouldn't. Because, I mean, I resented her for a while because you wouldn't hang out with me. Of course, I wasn't putting out, so
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm a
I'll give you a hand job if you just play 21 in basketball with me.
I'm a sexual oriented person. So
No,
you know.
not you.
no,
Not you. Well, that's why I picked
that's kind of
this-
my gimmick.
That's why I picked the song that we were coming back to here in a few minutes, because I was
Don't
like,
get me wrong, Richard Lee. I love you and your tits as well, but just like a different way.
yeah. I don't like all the hair that's on them.
You know, like I love my aunt. I love you the same way.
I love your hairy tits like I love my aunt's hairy tits. Like, wait, what?
Oh, that sounds weird, but you know what I mean.
Oh, man. I feel bad about saying this, and I just overheard this one time. But
Go ahead.
I mean, you know how you have those things where you get too close to talking about family?
Man, I've heard shit through walls that some of my family members have said.
Oh,
that I would-
Ronnie, you ain't got to go that deep.
No, other family. Dude, like
Damn it, I got to go to school in the morning. Stop it, Mama.
you're fucking bringing back shit, man. Like, I'm just-
Oh, did you ever hear your mom and dad?
don't do that shit, man.
Ronnie, I ain't
All right,
going to be able to walk tomorrow.
What's the time? What's the time?
We
on
got
this?
time.
No,
It doesn't
What
matter.
is the time mark? Just so I know how long people have been listening at this point. Okay,
Yeah.
so they're done. Like if they've been
People- yeah, if
if
you're
they've been
listening,
investigating,
Yeah.
know,
They've
like-
stopped. Unless they're skipping ahead.
unless they're
Oh, no.
really,
Do you want me to tell mine first, or you want to tell
unless
yours?
they're really into this,
Yeah.
they're done.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
they're done.
Yeah, like I got one story, but it's when I'm there. Okay,
And y'all didn't have like a huge house where they could do that.
oh
in
no,
the
we
privacy.
had what they call a shotgun house.
Yeah, and you had two ways to get into your bedroom. You had a door that was always closed, right? What
Yeah,
like
but
where
it-
your
but
TV
it's
was, there
right
was a
there,
door that was
yeah.
always closed, and it was like a Curtis Mathis like wood grain TV that was like up against that.
Right.
And then y'all had the other way that used to be the porch that they had built on. So you had another way, and that was the main route. So your parents had 3 full walls, but in reality, they only had 2 full walls.
Right.
They had 2 doors that entered. So yeah,
Right.
there's no insulation there in the
No.
walls.
I hear it, but the thing about it was I'm 7 years old. So like I have a bad dream. I come in there in the middle of the night, right? And I crawl in them, and they had a water bed. So I'm like, oh, goddamn. I'm like, ugh.
I love how you're grizzled even at 7.
I am. I'm like,
They had
goddamn.
a water bed.
Yeah.
There's nothing that screams 80s more than that, huh?
Yeah, it was bad.
Water
So
bed.
I'm trying to
You want to
fucking-
flood and ruin your house? No.
That never
You want to
happened.
sleep uncomfortably? Yeah. Get a water bed.
So I'm crawling, like I'm 7, so it's like 1989 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking crawling in the waterbed with them or whatever. I had a bad dream.
I can't imagine fucking in a water bed.
I don't know how it's done. That's one thing that I will always regret.
It's on the bucket list, huh?
I never got to fuck a bitch in a waterbed.
There's people that are like, I'll never see Rome. I'll never know the feeling of hitting a home run in the 9th inning to win the game.
Right.
And you're like, I'll never fuck a bitch in
I'll
a
never
water
fuck
bed.
a bitch in a waterbed.
How do you find a water bed nowadays?
That's what I'll go to my grave with, like, regretting. But either way, I'm pretty sure my dad did. And
Oh, I'm definitely. You were probably conceived in those beds. Dude, those are still available. Water beds.
what the fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know.
They're not good. They, like, hurt your kidneys or something, right?
If you try to drink the water, I
Well,
guess.
if they're cold,
What do you?
it's always cold. You're laying on that cold slab. It kind
That's
of
actually good for you.
it kind of keeps your kidneys at a certain temperature, right?
No, it's always. I always thought it would be good for your muscles if it was cold.
I'm not sure. I really don't know for like an extended period of time or whatever. But either way,
Anyways, yeah, you
I
crawled in.
I crawl into bed. And I had a bad dream or whatever, and like my mom, she notices because I'm like being all, well, when you crawl on that mattress,
You made horse sounds.
it's fucking, it's shaking the whole thing.
Some people would say they're horse sounds. I said nay.
Nay.
Sorry, dad joke. Anyways, you crawled in there and went.
It's like all the shit's rumbling. and
Frida, I
moving.
can't fuck you if he's gonna be in there making
No.
horse noises.
So
You're making the noise for your
I'm
dad's
fucking,
cock.
I'm crawling through, right? I'm trying to get in the middle of them.
Yeah.
And whenever I wake my mom up, it's like I remember her. I don't know if it's like
Oh shit, Ronnie's in here.
no, it was almost that bad for real. I swear, it was almost that bad. Like
And let's be frank. Your mom's bedroom probably didn't have a lock on the door.
there was no door.
Yeah, there's no door. That's a brave motherfucker to just go yarding his wife with his 7-year-old son.
I don't know what the fuck he was going to do.
When
I
I
just
say,
know what my
when I
mom
say
said.
yard, I mean a literal yard, not a yardstick.
You know, like a yard and concrete laying
Yeah,
sense.
like an acre.
So I get in the bed or whatever, and I remember it's like a flash dream or whatever. Like I did that, and then all of a sudden I'm waking up, and my mom, she's saying,
Wipe your face off.
no, even better. Even better.
Oh shit, you got some on him, Ronnie.
Even
Okay.
better.
All right, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Ronnie, Josh was in here. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the bed, and like I remember, like,
Well, that ain't very salacious. I thought you were going to be like...
well, no, I didn't fucking get it tapped on my forehead or anything.
Well, no, I wasn't suggesting that you would be the third wheel in the menage a trois. I was thinking you heard noises from the other room.
Oh no,
No, you never heard that?
no, it was just like I came in there during a bad dream, laid down, and then I remember waking up with my mom, like, kind of like just moving around. She's like, Ronnie, Josh was in here.
Thank God.
That's it. That's all I remember.
That's it?
I'm
See, I
sorry.
was thinking it was going to be something... Like, I wasn't hoping for something. I thought it was going to be like, yeah, I heard him.
So there wasn't no injury.
I kept hearing these double slaps. It was that waterbed in my mom's ass.
God Almighty,
That's what I was
take
thinking.
it to the dark side.
And you're like, she was just like, hey, Ronnie, don't do anything. Josh is in here. And you're like, anybody listening?
well, no.
Well, that's what I was expecting. I was thinking it was going to be something bad.
Well,
Like mine, I'm
at
going to be
the
honest,
po-
mine
at the
is
point-
bad.
at the point,
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing of it, but like remembering back,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, there was something nefarious. Well,
Yeah.
not to them.
Yeah.
It was just a fucking Tuesday night fixing to happen.
It's fuck night for AJ. Tuesday night. We're going to get a shirt made that said, it's Tuesday
It's
night,
Tuesday
Frida.
night. You know what that means.
grab the baby powder, Frida. It's Tuesday night. No, mine
Yeah,
was,
lay
I
it out.
remember, well,
You don't remember shit between like 1985 till 1992.
that's probably about right.
No, you don't, because there was nothing.
No, I remember.
Did your
hearing-
mom have a boyfriend?
She
between them?
had boyfriends. Like,
No shit.
Yeah, no. I remember being real
Really?
young, and there was a guy named Russell she dated.
No shit.
And Russell had 2 daughters.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I remember being like super young.
There's a dude that's 62 years old
Probably him.
at my work. No shit.
Yeah.
He has 2 daughters. He's from a broken marriage. And he fucking married this one woman
Yeah.
in like the late 80s or the early 90s.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
I
Please.
don't know his last name. I don't know how I remember his first
No
name.
shit.
But I remember when I was like maybe 4 or 5. It was like either right before kindergarten or right after. It was probably right before kindergarten.
Yeah.
And I remember, dude, I don't know how I remember this, but I remember somebody asking my mom, like, whatever happened to Russell? And she was like, Russell just wanted somebody to roll in the hay with.
Russell hit it and quit.
or
Oh my God. dude.
or he just wanted to keep hitting it and didn't want to get serious, so she broke it off.
Does your mom scream that vibe? Hit it and quit it? Or she's
No.
like, you're finna be locked up with this. Like, you're not just going to do this
I
and
don't
then
know.
go away.
Like my mom references like, see, and then this is the generational gap, because for me as a man, like if my wife sees me looking at somebody else, I feel bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You know what I mean?
I never sell it to my kids.
no. But
Never.
like if you know, but my mom like brought up today, like she was talking about, she was like, my nephew's getting married in the city this week.
Yeah.
And she was like, my first husband, Larry, he had a kid that was from there. And I'm like,
Your mom?
yeah, my mom was married right out of high school.
To somebody other than Calvin.
Yeah, to a guy named Larry.
Dude,
Yeah,
what is all this shit?
You know nothing of my life.
Are you my best friend, or are you an imposter?
And here's the funny, I was thinking about this today because she brought him up. She's like, yeah, Larry's son, my first husband, he lived over there. They were super young, shouldn't have been married, but she was married senior year.
No shit.
Yeah, her senior year she got married.
Your mom was a firecracker.
So, but here's what I was thinking. She had me at 22. Had Larry not been a piece of shit, I would have never been
You'd have
born.
been Larry's son.
Thank God Larry was a fuck up.
You'd have been
no, I wouldn't have been
Larry's
Larry's.
son.
I wouldn't have been me, because I am a product of my dad's sperm and my mom's egg. So, like, you might have been. I might have been. I wouldn't have been anything. I wouldn't even have been here. I would have been.
McCaskill would have been my forever best friend.
Yeah, and Larry's son would have been the asshole that you just ignored because he's weird.
I would have never
That's
acknowledged
Larry.
you.
I mean, that's Larry's son. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that's not too good.
But still, like, she brought that up, and I'm like, I can't even bring up like girlfriends from the 6th grade and feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and she's like,
My
you know,
other marriage.
Yeah, my
Like-
other marriage. My first marriage.
Whoa.
My dad was
What
her
are you
second.
doing?
My dad was her second.
And she was like 19 or whatever.
Well, that was the one thing that me and my wife talked about. Was like, everybody in my family has been married multiple times.
yeah.
Like, I never like. So, like, for me, divorce just happens. Like, her family's like, you gonna stay married even if you're unhappy and you think about killing yourself. You still married. Like, for me, yeah, and there's been while on the TV as we say that. We watch wrestling
Fuck.
as we do this.
I can't laugh at that and feel good. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's like, I'm like, not in my family. They believed in divorce. Like, everybody had been
Thank
married.
God we weren't Catholic. Oh my God. We've been wrapped up like Chuck.
But, you know, you remember certain things that, you know, when you were younger, like when my kid was younger, we would say things in code and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my mom and them did not say things in code. They might say roll in the hay. And then later on, you know
You
what they
figure it
meant.
out.
Yeah.
But you remember those sayings.
It wasn't like, hey, you know, that person, you know, did, with,
Dude, my people
That's what
would
I say.
dog the fuck out of anybody in front of me and
Right.
just expect me never
Right.
to remember it or
But like
retain
you
it.
in front of your wife when your kids were younger, you wouldn't have been like,
No.
oh, Billy was fucking Jenny. You know,
That's
you
the
would have been
thing,
like, yeah, you know, Billy, he was
didn't-
with Jenny.
like, I got an ex-wife.
Yeah.
I didn't dog her out or anything
Right.
in front of my kids just because I wanted them to formulate their own opinion
Right.
with, you know, their life.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to influence it anyway.
No, I totally get that.
So, you know. Either way.
No, but the one thing I remember hearing, and like I said, this is getting really personal. I did hear my mom and stepdad a few times.
No shit.
I didn't hear like details, but you would hear noises. and
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh, goddamn.
yeah, it was not comfortable.
Quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy. Easy.
Yeah. Yep. O's like ow, ouchie, stuff like yeah.
Wow.
It's not good.
Damn.
I didn't like
Oh, James slinging that wood.
how much we could have woodchuck chuck. But
Oh, God.
you hear things like that and you're like, yep. You become Jenny from Forrest Gump. God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far away. You do that in your head.
But then whenever somebody asks you, like Forrest Gump,
Right.
you remember that?
Right.
Oh, God.
But the one thing I remember, I don't know if I was older or younger, but I remember my mom saying my uncle, I won't say which one, for anonymity.
Use
I got
your
two
imagination.
of them. Apparently they used to talk about sex amongst each other.
A bunch of them, he used to say, huh, a lot.
And
Not that one.
I ain't going to say which one, but apparently one of the uncles asked, and this is just going by hearing like wives' tales and stuff. Like, when they get together, they laugh and stuff. Like, one of them was like, how did you like it, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or so, I don't know why they used to talk about sex. Did you ever? Well, you don't have any siblings either. We never. I guess we're talking about sex
I'm like
now. We're talking about sex now. So
you are all I have to talk to.
You ever fuck with the lights on? 100-watt bulb, not a 40 like a pussy.
You want to see everything, recently. That's what you want to do.
Feel the heat of that bright bulb. Get a few floodlights in this motherfucker.
It was the heat of the moment.
Sorry.
Tell you what to fuck.
Can we get a spotlight in here on my wife's hoo-ha? I want to see it happen. I want stage lighting on this bitch.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
It's a man's world.
It's a man's world.
So, one of my uncles, apparently, Jesus, asked somebody in the family, was there supposed to be small hairs on the nipples? Take that for what you will.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
hair.
Yeah.
Like, not microscopic blonde hair. The way this was said, we're talking about big, black, curly hairs.
I've came across this one girl.
Ew.
No shit. I've came across her. That's the truth. No matter which
Ruin that TV guide.
no matter which letter you taint it with, I've came across her.
Yeah. And tainted it.
Yeah. Probably so.
Yeah.
But she had like this one deal where a long black hair grew off the side of her nipple.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just fucking weird.
It is, but
That's like the most feminine thing. Like that. I feel like that's where I know it's not, but I feel like that's where the estrogen comes from. That's what makes them so big. Yeah.
right. You're wrong.
I know I'm wrong. You said.
And you'll only get
You said
disappointed.
You said when you had to pluck that hair every 6 months.
Because the truth about boobs is,
yeah,
if they're real,
yeah,
one's gonna always be smaller than the
yeah,
other.
yeah. We talked about that with Gobi a couple weeks back.
It's the
That
God's
doesn't
honest-
bother me at all. Like, honestly.
But whenever you look back and you kind of look at them, it's hideous.
What? Jesus, no, it's not.
There's
fact
just-
that I've always just been happy that it's happening.
There's
You know what I
this
mean?
one girl, like, no shit. There's just one girl that I've fucked over 100 times, mind you.
You kept count? That's pretty weird.
I know how many condoms I bought.
I bought a 150 pack.
No, I bought.
And I was down to 25 when I got them.
I bought 3 30 packs, and then
That's 90.
Then I got a brown paper sack special from the health department, and that was over.
Hold on.
That was over 50.
Hold on. Oh, here we go.
If that ain't country, I'll kiss your ass.
I gotta hit that one. Oh, jeez.
I swear.
Well, you said that, and that made me think. Peterson's brother, Dustin, once told me JFK didn't think he had a woman unless he had her all 3 ways.
Mouth.
Well, what 3 ways are you thinking? Belly button and ears.
Where's your hand in that? Damn.
I'm counting 7 ways. What is he talking about?
Damn.
3 main orifices. I don't know if that's true or not. Chris, send us an email, or Chris will send me a text if he's made it this far on Monday morning saying, I don't remember Dustin ever saying that, or yes, that quote is totally true.
I can count 2 that I haven't had all 3 ways.
How many? So you've had 3? And oopsie doesn't count.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. That doesn't count. A slip up. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going there.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Damn.
Felt like you threw a javelin in there.
This ain't the anniversary. What the fuck?
Oh, Josh, but if you want to celebrate your anniversary in a great way, we got to do this because we are way behind the shirt schedule. Like, we're pretty much to the end of the show. But if they want to do that, Josh, how do they celebrate? If they want to, use the shirt as like, cut a hole in it and use it like, who's the Orthodox that does it through a sheet? Do that with one of our shirts. We'd be happy for you to do it right across Josh's mouth.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a fuck what you do it across of. As long as you go to P3 Radio Tees, and that's tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees, TEES, motherfucker. That's your t-shirt hookup. And you can do it however you want it. Across Richard Lee's mouth, my mouth, your mom's mouth, anybody's mouth. tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees. That's your t-shirt hookup.
Mention the fact that you nailed a chick with the Freddy's Front Yard Slaughterhouse shirt on and get an attaboy. And we can't give you any money back. But, I mean, if you want to take some pictures of you nailing
we'll give you some online clout.
Yeah.
How's that work?
You Donald Ducking nailing a chick. We call it Donald Ducking because you're using a shirt and no pants.
No pennies.
And you're nailing a chick with a P3 Radio shirt on. Huge clout there. We'll give you a shout out on Twitter. But Josh, if they want to do that, what's the site they got to go to?
tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees, TEES, motherfucker.
Well, this is a song I heard this week and thought immediately of Josh.
This is a little modern day love song for you.
Well, thank you.
Mostly because it was a love song.
People at this honky-tonk, they're about to drive me insane.
This is Boobs by the Bellamy Brothers, by the way.
Why wouldn't it be?
Tell you the truth, my darling, you're the only reason I came.
Hit that guitar riff.
But your beauty's so distracting, hope it don't lead to my demise.
Here we go. Here's the line, Josh.
Can you please tell your boobs to stop looking at my eyes? They're playing crummy rap music, and there ain't even a band. And I wouldn't even be here, but you hold my heart in your hands. Yes, you do,
Hold something else in your hand, too.
So before
one of the 3
I
ways.
lose my cool and start acting like them other dirty guys, would you please tell your boobs to stop looking at my eyes?
I don't know why I thought of you when I heard this, but it's a perfect song.
Got the bitches in stitches and we're all hanging out looking good in the hood. Tell you what it's all about. Shoot that rapper and let the guitar play it.
Oh, my.
Everything about this song is
Shoot the rapper.
let the guitar play.
Inciting violence on the rapper.
Yeah. I want to hear tits, not rappers. How do you hear
If
tits?
it wasn't for the alcohol,
Plop, 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 plop,
I
plop.
would be quoting Voltaire.
This must be like a
But with that cute
recent
rockin'
Bellamy
bottom
Brothers
I
song.
can't do nothing but stare. Let's go to your place, baby. Stay up and watch the
This is,
sunrise.
They got Little Debbie's on here.
Tell your boobs.
This is Boobs, Texas
snack
Girls.
cakes?
Yeah, they got Little Debbie girls with like their tops off.
Which is great.
I'll be your sex object.
Imagine how many.
Oh my!
Imagine how many oatmeal
I'll be
cream
your
pies they'd
sex
sell
object.
if Little Debbie was flashing some beef.
Get a lot more from me, I guarantee you.
Can't eat this cream pie, but you might have another one. There's 7 in my box.
I can give you one.
Oh, this is the show that'll get me fired. Just stop looking at my eyes. It's a long fucking song, so we're gonna cut it. Oh wait, I think this is it. Hit the
Right
button.
now, won't you tell your boobs to stop looking at my eyes?
I feel like this is the song we'll get a message from Michael Young about.
Stick out your boobs, stick out your boobs.
Sorry.
He likes boobs, so
I feel like this is the one who's like, what the fuck are... Every once in a while we'll get a message from Michael Young, who's a great guy. He's a champ, dude. One of the nicest guys ever. A huge supporter of P3 Radio. We can't thank him enough. Funny guy, too. Really funny guy. I think he does some stuff with BT sometimes every once in a while. Go follow him on Twitter. What's his Twitter handle? Let's give him a Twitter shout out, Josh.
Michael Young, it's Mikel Young. If you don't know how to spell Young, you're a fucking mark. It's on Twitter.
Yeah,
man.
okay,
Like,
I was waiting for
I
the
don't know
ending.
what else to
You
say.
finish that like an Australian speaks. You know, it goes up at the end.
He's a fucking good guy. What do you want to say?
No, Michael Young. Go follow
Love
him
Michael Young.
Follow him on Twitter. We'll give him a shout out. But that's definitely the song that he would be like, this is some shit I'd hear on P3 Radio.
That was, he said that like a little while back because
Wheeler,
of Luke Combs.
Yeah.
And I swear, I'm not 100% sure who Luke Combs is.
Apparently he's a big country artist, which doesn't
Where?
it doesn't mean a thing anymore nowadays.
I don't
dude.
hear my wife talking about Luke Combs.
I saw
I don't see
2
Luke
weeks-
Combs coming to fucking.
No. 2 weeks after you said that and we made fun of him, I saw like 2 or 3 commercials with him in it.
And he's like being nominated for Grammys or something.
Yeah.
Like, I
But
don't know who
Country
he is.
country ain't country like
He's
it
like
was.
Morgan Wallen. You hear all this shit
Waylon?
about him.
Is it Waylon?
I don't know.
Waylon or Wallen?
I think it's Wallen.
I thought it was Waylon.
I know he said the N-word,
Yeah.
and he got canceled. And it was
David
like,
Allen Coe said it 42 times on
well,
one
yeah,
album.
but that's him. Like, it's just,
Right.
That's
Country nowadays is it's pop with a twang.
yeah.
I mean, that's
But
all
either
it
way,
is.
I can't name you one Morgan Wallen song. I can't name you. I asked my wife. I said, I said this less than a month ago.
Yeah.
We were riding in the car. I said, where the fuck do they play Morgan Wallen songs?
Just out of the blue. It
said-
scared her because it was quiet for a while, and I was like,
Well, no,
where are they? She was like, oh, shit.
She just looked over
Right.
and she says, because I was, I'd been listening to one of our shows
Right.
and we were talking about him or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've never seen his name, maybe like once or twice on XM. And I said, where the fuck do they play Morgan Wallen songs?
Well, I think it's Waylon.
Whoever. And she said, country radio. And I was like, well, I don't see his name on XM very much. She's like, yeah, they play him on radio.
Yeah.
Okay, how the fuck is he this big? Like, how is he this big?
I feel like you've said that at a truck stop every now and then. How is he this big?
Name me one
How
more.
is it
No,
through the hole
seriously.
and that big?
Name me one Morgan Wallen song.
I don't know any Morgan Wallen songs. Is somebody trying to come in our door right here?
Your dog is acting like that.
Yeah, I feel like it.
So you don't know any Morgan.
I don't know any Morgan Wallen songs.
Well, I'm sorry.
Or Morgan Wallen. Sorry.
Somebody's in your house right
I
now.
feel like there is.
They are like they're in your
Well,
house.
Josh, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should figure this out, and we'll do this. If you like our show and we aren't killed by abductors here in a few minutes,
Swear to God.
Swear to God, there's somebody in the house.
Sounds like it.
Josh, if they want to follow us on Twitter, maybe even hear the 911 calls where we pray for God to save our lives as this intruder does whatever they're going to do. I feel like they're going to go for you more because you got the hair. How do they follow us on social media?
I got the hair.
Yeah.
Well, on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. On Facebook, put in that search bar Pop Poncho, Poncho. You'll see our photo on Facebook. You already heard that. If you want to get with us the old
That intruder got you
school
shook.
way- I'm scared, man. I'm fucking scared. 731-300-6675. That's our phone number. But 911 if you want to fucking help us. Bitch.
Well, that's going to do it for us. For Josh Brawley, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.